Hi, I'm Sue Boo bringing crafting to you, and today we're going to make a tag topper funge folding card in a gatefold style. So first of all, you will need a piece of card that is 5 7/8 by your 8 1/4. You are then going to score it at 2 1/16, spin it round, and then again score at 2 1/16. Then you need to put a little mark, so you're going to put it back in on the short side, and at 2 15/16 you're going to put a little tiny mark. So hopefully the camera is going to pick it up there. So you're going to do that at both sides, so that's 2 15/16. So just move my trimmer out of the way for the moment. You're then going to bring in your tag topper punch, and you are going to thread your card in so that you can see the back of your punch. So just thread this card in. There we go, and we're going to bring that mark in the center of where it curls up like that. So we're going to bring that, make sure it's in the center. When you're happy with it, it's all the way in the center, I'm going to just take it out, but make sure that you've still got your mark in the center, and it's as, oops, I've knocked it out of the way, that it's going to be as close as you can to the edge. Okay, so it's going to be like that, and that mark is going to be in the center, and then just double check that there is an even gap all the way. So I'm just going to have to tilt that so that I can see that that's in the middle, and that's as close as we can get it. Then we're going to punch that. Okay, we're going to turn it around, thread it back in, and again we're looking to put it in the center first. Then when we're happy with the center, we're just going to pull it out and making sure that we've got that even gap and it's as close as we can to the center. So when we're happy, we're going to punch down. So as you can see, I'll just bring this up to the camera, there is only a little bit on the outside. Okay, now we're going to bring back in our trimmer. Now I'm going to take my blade out because I don't want to make a mistake with my blade. We are then going to do some diagonal scoring. So let me get my template ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this part in the groove and level with the point out there. So you're going to get that in the groove and level with the point. So I'm just going to try and show you that close. So you're going to get that in the groove, and then that's going to go in the groove. Now I'll have to put it down, but I'm trying to show you there. So your point's going to go in there, and that's going to go in there. So I'm going to have to put it down, and put your bar down because it helps you to see. Just going to loosen that up at that edge. So you've just got to get that right, and then just go out. So you're just going to bring it out. So that will have put you a diagonal line like that there. Okay, I think I've done that right. I just need to double check that I've done it right. Yeah, that's right. And then I'm going to do the same at the other side. So I'm going to put that, the point in the track, and then that's going to be in there. So I'm going to bring that back in and just release that so I can get that. Just get that in the middle of your track and that in your middle of your track, and then just pull down like that. So you should have got two now going out like that. Okay, we've got to repeat on the other side now. So I've got to make sure that I get this right. So again, we're going from the centre out to the point. So we're getting it there. Get it on the centre and then taking it out. Okay, and then we're going to, I think I've not quite, didn't quite get the point there. That's difficult when you've got the camera in the way, so I'll just try and go back in with that point because I want the point. I think that should be okay. Okay, and bring it to the bottom as well, so that's going out to the point as well. So just keeps catching on my side that's tucked in, so I'm just going to release it, get that in there, get my score blade and then take that down there. So we should have those, all those scored there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to score and burnish. So we're going to bring these in as a regular gatefold. Oh, now bone folder, that's what I'm missing. Oh, bone folder. There we go. So I'm gonna, this is Purple Posy, so my card base is Purple Posy, which is the in colours that are going to be finishing soon. Right, now with these, we're going to bring them out. So it makes like a diamond shape like this. I'm going to bring those out like that. And then here we go. And then here we go with this. Okay, so that's it so far. Okay, so I've already done one side and I'm just making sure that this is going to fit all right. So, and then we're going to make the other side. So let's see. Okay, if that's going to work all right. Okay, just pushing it back. I think I can work with that. Right, so what I've started off with is a piece that is 2 inches. So we want a piece of DSP that is 2 inches by 5 3/4. You are then going to mark this at, I did write it down on a piece of paper. I'll just stick it in my trimmer if I can find my mark. Oh, where are you, Mark? I think that's it, yeah. That's it, yeah. So you're going to mark it with a pencil on your 2 and 15/16. So you're going to put a, no, sorry, no. 2 7/8, sorry, you're going to mark it at, sorry, 2 7/8. So once you've marked it at 2 7/8, we're going to do exactly the same as we did before. We're going to push this into our punch and we're going to go all the way this time. Just push it against the back edge, that's fine, and then we're going to punch that out so that this time you have a bigger piece. Whoops, ripped it on the way out. Sit none of it. I think it's punched it all, hasn't it? Or didn't I punch down enough? Just let me get that back in. Make sure that that comes out. Don't know what's happened there. Just untuck it. If I don't rip my piece, because this is the only bit I've got of this, I'll have to change it. Don't know what's happened there. Right, I'm just gonna pull that off, and then I'm going to stick that back in again. Don't know what's happened with my punch, but it's didn't punch down properly. That's better. I probably didn't give it enough welly. Okay, so we've punched that out, and again we're going to just fold this. So I'm going to fold the creases so it folds out like that. You can score it again. I'm just going to manually crease it this time. Okay, and the same with the other one. So I'm just going to put that in there, make sure I've got that point. So you're making like a collar. So you've made like a collar. So just folded that up like that. So now we're going to put the two onto here with our glue now. So here's my glue. So we're going to bring this in. I'm just going to double check getting it in the right places. Yeah, I think I'm going to give an even border at the top and the bottom. So I'm looking for an even border at the top and the bottom, and I think I'm just going to take a slight bit off. So I'm going to take a slight bit off now, off the edge. So I'm going to put my trimming blade back in, and I'm just going to take that slight bit off. So I'm just going to take 1/8 of an inch off the back. So I recommend that you don't take your 1/8 of an inch off before you start. Do this after you've done your punching, so it's going to sit in the right place. So you're going to have that narrow gap going all the way round. So I'm going to do that the same. I'm just going to take that 1/8 off after you've done all what we've just done. So take that 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, there we go. Take that 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, so now I'm going to stick these on now. So oops, just move that out of the way. Okay, I'll just flatten this down for the moment, and flatten these down for the moment, and I'm going to pull that down, and then we're just going to stick. Now I'm not going to stick for the moment. I'm just sticking everything but the flaps. So I'm just putting my glue on everything but the flaps. So I'm putting it as equal as I can. So we've got an even border, top, bottom. That's it, like that. But I've not put any on the flaps. Okay, now I'm going to put the glue on the top part of the flap so that it folds back like that. Okay, so I'm putting glue on that top part and then pushing that back so that that folds down like that. Okay, so can you see that? So I didn't put any on the underside, I've just put it on the top part. Then I'm then going to glue down the card bit on top. So that gives it a border of the underneath DSP. So that's going to give it a narrow green border like that. I'll show you again in a minute, and just really burnish this down. So maybe have to hold it for a second or two. Okay. And so again, just putting the glue on the back and then bringing that down on there. So that gives me a nice bit there. Okay, so again, we're going to just glue just all of this piece, so not the flaps. We're not putting any glue on the flaps. We're just putting this all around. We'll put it all around there. And then again, we're going to put that, and we're going to make sure that we've got equal increment at the top, the bottom, and at the sides. So we're getting that nice equal increment. So you've got that nice display all the way round. This is an old DSP that I'm using. You could use any of the DSP. In fact, any of the brand new DSPs would work perfect with this. You just need a floral pattern, or you could go for any of the DSPs that match the cardstock. So you could have the subtles or Riedels, you know, the DSP that you get as a pack that goes with them. That would look great as well. So there's lots of DSPs that you could use for this. All those that have been in celebration, it would look nice with the ombre paper. And there's been some lovely cards in the celebration one that it would go great with. So, and then again, we're going to just put glue on the back here to glue that down, and then just give it a really good burnish to get this. Oops, glue there, don't want glue on there. So get that really burnished down well. And then we've got this one here to go back. So for camera, this might have been better done with my my strong adhesive tape, so that I didn't have to wait for it to dry. But this glue is not too bad in drying quickly. Right, just get that out. Right, so that is the inside so far. Now, if you notice, it has covered my bits up again. So I am actually going to push this back in now to my punch, because I just want to get rid of that bit now. So I'm just going to see if I can feed it back into my punch, get it exactly in the correct position that I have got my cardstock, and then get it down and then release it out. So there's it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same. Now, what's happened with, where did we go with that? So I took that little bit off there, and it seemed to have done that underneath. Did I take it in the wrong position? Oh bother, I took it in the wrong position. Right, I see what I did. So be careful when you do that. I think I'll have to do it the pattern way up. So I did it the wrong way. I wanted to do it. So make sure you do it your pattern way up, because what you need to do is you need to be getting rid of your card and not your DSP. So I've just done that now. Just slide it out. So you need to have it like that. I've made a mistake and I've taken too much off there. I'm just going to see if I can bring that back in. Don't think I'm going to be able to repair that. Because I needed to have done it lower down. What shall I do about it? Well, that's, I've done it where I wanted it. Right, we will hide that, so that will not be an issue in the finish, so we'll hide that. But this is what I was trying to achieve, so that I was just cutting out that, and I did it that way, and I should have done it so it faced. So don't make the mistake I made. Make sure you face your pattern up so it's like that. Okay, so now we're going to I think the DSP is a little bit different on that one. Right, we're going to now have a card that fits inside here. So this measures, the card base actually measures 11.5, and you want to score that at 5. Oh, that's right, let me just check that. Yeah, 11.5, and we're scoring that at 5 3/4, and the width of the card is 3 7/8. So we're just going to put the card at equal increments all the way round, so it will lift up like that. So I'm just going to put glue on the back here. So that will go on the back there with an equal increment all the way around. So I've got an equal increment. That's gone a bit over to that side, so I'm just going to take it off, stick a bit more glue on. I was not happy where it landed, so just need a bit more glue to refresh the glue. I'll perhaps do it with the card open so that I'm getting that equal at either side. Okay, so that's equal at either side. Now you could print your verse or whatever you're going to do inside before you stick it on. That would be a good idea. I'm going for it, so I'm going to stick it straight on. Seem to have got some glue now on there. Oh dear. Right, now I've got a piece of DSP, and now because I seem to have got glue on here, I need a rubber or something to get that off. So if that's coming off, and they rub straight off. Okay, so my piece of DSP is 3 7/16 by 5 1/4. Yeah, and then that is going to go on the front with equal increment going all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there, equal increment around there. So we'll bring this open, and I'm going to use my stamping mat because, oh hang on, are these rubber? Oh, these are rubber, so I don't need my stamping mat. Now let's put a butterfly. So I'm going to put the butterfly. Now this is Pop of Petal, and you can still get this on eBay if you wanted to use this exact one, but there's lots of stamp sets that you could use. Now a tip for you, these were the old cling mounts, and they don't cling. They don't cling at all. They are terrible when you are trying to stamp with them. So let's this one. Brand new one. Right. So what you need to do, whoops, is any of your current stamp sets that are cling mount, you get this with it to mount on your stamps. Now I never throw this away, So what I do is I just cut some of this off. This is of course not the bits that are not used, because you can see that I've used all of them. I have got a couple of sentiments still on there, and so I cut that off and then I mount it onto my block. So I've got my block and I'm going to peel off the back, and I just double check when I do this and make sure I've got it the right way. So just need to get in. When you've not got that cut mark, they are a little bit more difficult to get in, but okay, that was like that on there, down like that. So I'd normally put my stamp on there and I peel it off. So just press this bit down and then peel the back off, and you can see it's there. And then I get my cling mount that I've buried, my butterfly, and I'm just going to press that on the top, and then I peel that off, and that now will be like the new cling stamps where it sticks nicely. So I'm going to get my ink I've buried. What have I done with it? Oh, underneath there. So I'm going to get my ink, stamp my butterfly, make sure it's well inked. I'm going to use my mat anyway, and I'm going to stamp in this corner here. So there we go, and I'm going to put another one up in this corner here. There, okay, that's lovely. Now, what does there'll be Merry Christmas stamps? So I'm going to put something in the middle. So what shall we have in the middle? So let's see. No, we'll not put that one on. Where's my not that one. What's it called? Tasteful Touches, isn't it? Tasteful Touches, that's it. Lovely, Tasteful Touches. So there's a lovely stamp in Tasteful Touches that says "You're so special." Okay, so we're going to use the Tasteful Touches, and this is the new cling stamps, so we don't have any problem with these. So that goes on, and I will just stamp that on there. And now I've just gone and inked my fingers up, so I just need to wipe my fingers, otherwise all my work's going to be ruined. Hopefully I don't get that on my, I'm still getting it off. Okay, I think that's still okay. I'll try not to touch this. So You're So Special. So put that on there and bring it up. There we go. So You're So Special. Okay, I will clean that later because I like to clean with my stamping scrub. In fact, actually, I'm going to get my stamping scrub because it will help clean my fingers up, I think. So I get my stamping scrub, so I'll just move that out of the way a minute. Bring in my stamping scrub. The one that's got the teardrops on, the rain, is the bit that you spray your stamping mist on. Then you just rub your stamps on that where you've sprayed your mist, wipe it and then dry it in the other area, and then that's okay to go away now. And I'm going to do the same with the butterfly. So onto the one where I've just sprayed the mist, and that, and there we go, nice and clean. Right, okay, I'm just going to rub my fingers in that as well, because I've got all ink all over my fingers, so that'll just clean my fingers as well. So hopefully that's okay now, and I'm not going to dirty my work. So just rub some of the glue off that's got stuck on my fingers. Right, so bring it back in. Okay, so push that out of the way. Now for the front of this, I have got a label that is out of the Lots of Happy card kit. I'm still using those up, and what I'm going to do, this was one of them out of the Lots of Happy card kit. I'm just going to cut this in half, because what I want to do is have one half stuck out of that and one half stuck out of the bottom like that. So when close it, we'll see a little peep of flowers, but not a lot. So I'm gonna see, I'll adjust it so you've got that peeping out. Might have it peeping out down the corner, so we might pull it down the corner, put it up at the top so we can see that peeping out there and there. Okay, so I'm now going to use my mat, because I've done You're So Special, and I'm just going to do You Are the Best. So I'm going to bring this one in now and take my butterfly off a minute and put You Are the Best. See if I think that up okay, and just make sure that that is the right way for me, and this is just going to go in the middle. So this is Tasteful Touches that I'm using, and you could just use Tasteful Touches completely with this set, because where I'm done the flower like this, you could use that flower with the sprig sticking out of it. So this would be another set that you could make this card with, so that this set would really work. So one of the things that I like to do to position my flower where I want it is I often, just put those out of the way, I often will just dry position, it's called. So you just position your flowers where you want them. So if I want it to come, let's see, I want that to be like that. Then if I want that to, oops, poke out the top, let's see. So if I want that there in the middle and I want that to poke out the top, I can do it like that. Do I want it to go like that? Yeah, I quite like that, with the leaf hanging over the edge like that. And then this leaf, so I'd put that on the opposite way. Oh, I don't believe that, I've smudged that. Oh, I don't believe that. I've smudged my black. So what I will do, but I won't do it now, is I will line this. So this will have DSP on this side as well. So I won't do that now on camera, but I'll do that. So now we have got it where I've got to smudge, so we must cover that smudge. So I will probably fussy cut now. So I'm just going to go round this a little bit. Now that's it. So now that's got to hide that. So I've got to make sure that that is on there now. So I'm not going to plan for going underneath now. I'm going to have to plan to go on top because it's smudged. So this is the trouble with the VersaFine. It takes a little longer to dry than the normal standard inks. So it's my fault for rushing it. So I'll put that like that, and then that is now going to sit on the top of there to hide that smudge. So as I have told you before, there is no mistakes, there is just more ways to be creative. So I'm going to bring that right in close, just covering that smudge up. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with this again. So when you're fussy cutting, you move your card and not your scissors. Your scissors stay still and you just move your card. There we go. And now we'll have to do the other side. So just going to put some glue on the back there. And we will perhaps bring this in there like that. And I wonder if a 1-inch strip. So I'm just going to look for, don't know whether I've got enough of this anymore, so I'll have to have a look what I've got, whether we've got anything that will go in there. So that would work, that's plain. Okay, so I've changed my mind. I will do something about it now to give the better finished look. Okay, let's see. Right, so I think about 1 inch. So I'm going to just cut about 1 inch. So we'll see whether cutting 1 inch it's going to. So I've dropped off my blade, have I? My blades do fly out. I take them out, but my blades do fly out, and it's now flown out. And I haven't got my, yes I have got my blade. So pull that to the inch mark and see whether 1 inch will be okay. If it's not, we can always make it bigger, but that is nicely going to cover that. So I'm just going to do another inch, and then we're going to cut that off at the bottom. It was 5/8 of an inch, sorry, 5 5/8. So I am going to do 5 3/4. So I'm just going to cut this at 5 3/4, and this one will be at 5 3/4. There we go. So we'll just pop this on here now. Okay. I'm just going to leave an equal increment. So we've got equal top and bottom. Okay, like that. And then the other one at this side. And smooth that off. Then we're going to have equal increment, the top and the bottom. Okay, so when it opens up, it's like that, and then you open that up and you're going to write inside there. Okay, so for the fastening, I have got some, I think is it Melon Mambo, just double check. Oh, it's not got it. I'm sure it's Melon Mambo, so we're going to do Melon Mambo. I'm going to have enough to tie a bow, so I think that will be enough. In fact, I probably don't need as much as that, but that's tying it the wrong way. I'm going to tie it upside down because I'll see how much I need. Yeah, that's plenty. I'm just going to roughly tie this. Like that, and I'm just going to give myself enough. There we go. So I will properly tie it soon. Oh, morning Janice, how are you? Thank you for dropping by. So this is the card so far, so it comes undone like that and then like that as well. So the front, I'm going to tie it better now. I want something to cover that up because we had a little accident and it actually chopped off in the wrong place. So perhaps want a little something to cover that up. So I'm just going to patch this for the moment, and then I'm going to stick something else on top of it. So I'll have this go here on there like that. Okay, so I've got that like that now, so that's patched it up, and then we're going to now put something over that so you won't see. So we'll have the actual ribbon tying the bow. So I'm just going to see what space I've now got. So I'm just going to pull this properly so that we can do this. Like that. So that I'll tie that better. Now I'm just seeing if this gets in the way. So now we want to either yes, change my mind on what I was going to do. There's this little flower punch, and with the same card that I've the same DSP that I've used for inside, I'm just going to cut some of these out to make a flower with. So I'm just going to give it some shape. So I'm going to bend it. And then push down in the middle, give it a bit more, and do the same again. In fact, I'll bend these the other way, I think, and then just push down to give it a bit of shape there. And then I've got some glue dots, so I'm just going to get my glue dots. I'm going to glue the flower together, so put that on there and put that in the middle there, and then I'm going to use another glue dot to there, and then I'm just going to put that in the corner there, and then I'm just going to get a pearl or something for the inside. I'll get some little diamantes and that's it. Now what I'm going to do is, when you get some flowers, you don't always have just a one bit, so I'm going to put 3 little gems for the center of the flower. I'm going to, can you see that? Sorry, I'm out of range, so I'm going to put 3 together. Okay, like that. Okay, so we've got a flower on the side like that. So let's have a go for this bow again to see if I can tie it a bit better. So let's take that a bit shorter. Now I'm quite frugal, so the bits that I cut off won't be chucked away. If you saw my project that I did on Friday, I showed you some tiny bits that I'd cut off that I used as well. So I use everything, so I don't waste anything. So let's do that there and that there. So these bits will be used on another project, but there we go. So that's now it's my design. I've just come up with this design in my head today, so it is my design. So feel free to copy it, Janice. Other people do copy it. I find it the highest compliment if people copy my work. If they give me a shout out, that's lovely. Basically, if you're in the crafting world and we are being creative, we do it with the purpose of other people copying our work. So I would be very honoured. I made whiskey chocolate box at Christmas, and do believe that people made those as presents. So that's the idea, that you can copy me. Unfortunately, with the DSP I've used, it's unless you've got any of the garden impressions, my upline manager, before she was my upline manager, when I was a customer of hers, she gave me this pack, and I want to use the DSP I've got, so I am using what I've got. So I've got tons of DSP and it's going to get used. So yeah, I just thought it was a little bit different that I got in mind. So you could obviously you can write your sentiments inside, but it looks pretty, so I'm pleased with it. So because I'll make it up on camera and I've never seen it made up, it's just in my head. So I'm pleased with how it's turned out, because I didn't know what DSP I was going to use, and I think the DSP works. If you buy the packs anyway, they tend to all coordinate the colours, so you're lucky with that. So I do appreciate you dropping by. Feel free to share my video. I have got a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this one, but also if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's exactly the same, Sue Boob Crafting to you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with more crafty goodness. Thank you very much. Thank you for dropping by, much appreciated.